visit somebody right on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different, so I will say it now. If I have technical difficulties, bear with me. I'm going to be doing something different. So, all we could do is upgrade and level up from here. So, with that being said, I am doing a reading. Sorry, my bracelets are loud. So, I'm going to be doing a reading on Justin Bieber because recently he had well, there's a whole lot going on with Justin Bieber. First off, congratulations to Justin Bieber for being a part of Coachella 2026. I'm not quite sure if he's a headliner, but I heard he's getting paid as if he's a headliner or the top headliners of Coachella. I heard it was like a 10 million payout and he's going to get paid 5 million per weekend, and Coachella is a 2 weekend event. So that makes his 10 million. So because of that, and he made that amazing feat all by himself without an agent. So that's even more impressive. That's more amazing. Justin Bieber is going to be back on stage. And I can't wait, honestly. I can't wait to see what his Coachella performance is. I mean, after all, he has been going to Coachella these last few years. So I'm glad he's finally found his way back to the stage. So with that being said, and honestly, it's just that's the best place to have your grand return on Coachella stage. Yeah, that was a pretty good move. Sorry, guys. So with that being said, that's about Justin Bieber, and I'm going to be reading about his career. However, I'm also here to do a reading on Justin Bieber, mainly on Justin Bieber and his relationship with Hailey Bieber, because just recently they had posted family values. Now, I know these family values, let me just scoochie. So I know these family values right here are very small. I didn't realize, I thought I would be able to resize. So with that technical difficulty, however, that's okay. I will put myself here in this little box and we're going to read off the family values that Justin Bieber posted. Now, I was aware that he had posted this a while ago. First off, Justin Bieber posts a lot. Hold up. Justin Bieber posts a lot on his Instagram. Like I swear he posts at least 10, 15 posts in a day. So because of that, I don't know how much time what Justin Bieber's doing with his time, but that's just a lot. So it was just like me scrolling through a lot to just accumulate what he has posted within the last week, because this is when he had posted this a week ago. And this was to celebrate him and Hailey Bieber's being married for 7 years, which congratulations, snaps. Yes, congratulations to you guys. You have weathered it through, honestly, with the way everybody talks about your relationship. But to read some of the values that him and Hailey Bieber go through, well, that they committed to marrying. These are the values that they chose to marry on their wedding day. So number one is we value rest as worship. No, I know that's right. You really need to learn when to take a rest and take a break. I could heed from that advice, but just to have somebody in your space and in your life to tell you, hey, you need to take a break. And when you take a break, enjoy that break. Do not think about all the things that you could be doing while you're on the break. You're not taking a break. You're still thinking about it. So like worship, woosah, detox, take a breather for real. So another value we have here is number 3. We value quality and excellence of production. So therefore, when it comes to the relation, that, you know, Baby Jack, Baby Jack is like a production, so they're going to value and give that baby a quality and good round of life, which is what these next round of photos that I'm going to show you guys is that they are truly like this. You cannot separate them. We are finally getting the Haley and Justin Bieber love that you guys have been wanting. Fans have changed the tunes in the comments saying Justin Bieber loves Haley and I love it. So because of that, everybody is loving this new energy that we're getting from Justin Bieber. And these are some of the values that we did not know as fans that they committed to behind closed doors. And then number 5, I like this one. This one is, this one is bolded, saying we value health and physical wellness as an act of stewardship. And then I'll just read one more. I don't want to read all 10. You can look it up on his social media account if you want to, or just Google it. Simply Google Justin Bieber family values with Haley Bieber, and it should come up. Something around those keywords. And then lastly, we're going to go with number 10, honestly, because number 10 is very important. I read number 1, so let me read number 10. It says, we value human beings and believe in their dignity and internal worth. Now, man, that one is a big one to commit to. That literally is talking about unconditional love and just having universal love for everybody. Just because they're human beings, just because they're a soul, just because they have an identity, just because they exist, you should value them. Because if you were in that person's shoes, if you think about it, treat others how you want to be treated. If you were in that person's shoes, you would want somebody to realize that you have a soul, that you have a heart, that you have emotions. And we see that that's something that Justin Bieber stands on business, that's something we not clocking. You know, you remember those times he was trying to tell us in his own ways that apparently we're not valuing him as a human being because we just want so much from him. But I digress. So now we're going to be looking at beautiful pictures of Justin and Haley Bieber. This was just posted recently, like 8 hours, right? Yes, 8 hours as the recording of this video this morning. So because of that, amazing, beautiful. I love that for Haley and Justin Bieber. And they are showing off their parenthood, how they are collaborating together. I mean, this is just the pictures that they're posting online, but they're showing how much they are a family unit and that they are that when they got married, that they for real meant that they're going to be married and they're going to stand by each other and weather through all storms. And now that a child's involved, that they're going to be even this much closer just so the child can grow up in a whole household, could we say? So another picture, I guess baby Jack is learning how to walk, and these are pictures of them showing off milestones. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. I mean, what else can I say more about Haley Bieber and Justin Bieber and the kind of tone and change that we're getting from Justin when it comes to his social media? And I'm not exactly sure what has changed within him, but it's a good change, at least to me, because beforehand, I can honestly admit he wasn't posting pictures of his wife like this much, and now he really is. And I'm glad that fans are happy and satisfied that Justin Bieber is giving praise to his wife. At first, you guys was giving him flack, like, oh, you're just doing this just to please us. You really don't love your wife. And now that he's staying consistent, you guys are giving him a round of applause. I'm glad you guys are able to see that people are able to change their tune and feathers. However, that's exactly why I'm going to be reading cards today. However, I'm not sure why fans are speculating that Justin Bieber and Haley Bieber could be expecting a second child, because now there is pregnancy rumors on the way because he posted this picture. Because he posted this picture. It is a question mark if Hailey Bieber is pregnant again. And I was reading some pictures, some comments about what fans were saying, and they were saying that if you look closely at the color of his hair, that in this picture, I mean, can you even tell he has a hat on? But if you look at the color of his hair in that picture, that it's an old picture. So they're just like, he's not pregnant. Other people are just like, congratulations on your second child. Other people are just like, he looks so happy. So because of all that, did I show you guys? No, I did not. There's one more picture I'm forgetting here. Hold up. It's such a good picture. I cannot forget it. Here we go. Yes. And with that, I'll leave that up as I pull these cards. He posted a throwback picture of when him and Hailey Bieber had gotten married. So not only is he reminiscing on the times when Hailey was pregnant, not only is he reminiscing on the family values and what the Beavers stand on. So the values, the morals, the ethics, the code that they go by. He posted that for the world so that way we see where he's coming from. Not only that, he seems to have taken a little bit more spiritual tones in his posting on social media. I didn't quite fit that in here because there's just a whole lot of Justin Bieber. Like I said, he posts a lot on social media. So there's a lot I could talk about, but there's a lot that I'm just omitting. So because of that, we see that he has a internal change in heart somewhere that's going on, and it's changing his physical reality and how he's showing up in life. And then we also see with Justin is that he has a more peaceful, loving, understanding, calm, for the most part, attitude that he's trying to embody, that something has changed. So we're just going to pull some cards just to see what's going on. Well, weirdly enough, a page came out, which is all about somebody who's in the process of learning. And I think he's learning to control his thoughts and not to allow his thoughts to overtake him and control him, because this is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands stands on not the queen, the daughter. And the daughter represents the page, and that represents somebody who's intellectually learning the way of how the media works, because the media is also airwaves, learning how to communicate, learning how to get across how you feel. That's another type of energy, that what you radiate out is a sense of frequency and vibration and aura. So all of that Justin Bieber is taking in and trying to learn and work with. Maybe not all of the above, but bits and pieces he's pulling from and trying to rework his life. And we're seeing it. We're seeing I don't want to say prosper. We'll say that for now. We're seeing it prosper for the most part. It takes time, but we've been seeing him working on it since, I'll probably say, the summer, maybe even before then. It was looking a little bit rough at the beginning of 2025, but towards spring, he started coming around. So it takes time. It's like gestation periods. It's going to take a few months before we see some true growth, some true stride in his journey. So what do we see at his foundation? The Hierophant. In his past, we see the Mother of Cups, which is very fitting. In the crown, we see the Ten of Swords, also very fitting. And then in the future, which I'm glad to see after all this, is the Four of Pentacles. So everything that I just spent and honed in on about this page of swords is exactly what these four cards literally represents. So at his foundation, we have the Hierophant. And usually I always see that as a commitment. And we see that he's really going through not a spiritual, it's usually a spiritual commitment, but I always see it like a coming together with a partner. And you guys are taking that relationship oath that you guys are going to have when you're in a relationship. You kind of just defined your boundaries and standards and what you're going to take and what you're not going to take. That's what I've always seen the Hierophant to be, and that's exactly finally what I'm seeing in this exact moment is exactly that. And also spiritual commitment, whether that's through the marriage, whether that's through the 10 family values, whether that's a new change in spiritual beliefs within himself that he's now committing to. All of those commitments, he's doing something within himself internally that is making a change in how he can show up better in life, period. Not as Justin Bieber. Oh, okay. Internet problems. Yo, internet. Okay. Good. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, the internet went out for a second. But whether that is through the commitment that he has with Haley Beaver, or whether that's the commitment that he has with a new spiritual practice, it's bringing out a new person in himself, and he doesn't have to show up as the husband, doesn't have to show up as the father, doesn't have to show up as the son, just show up as a human being existing in this world. And what I want to see from this world, I'm going to commit to that kind of change. If I want to see a better world, then I'm going to be a better person, kind of thing. So with his platform and with his social media, I see that he is going to stand on that. Even though he goes through problems, and even though his marriage has gone up and down, he has been very forthright and honest that he at one point didn't support his wife as much as he should have. So he's open and honest about how he hasn't shown up as a man, as a boyfriend, or as a husband, or just as a person that, hey, this is somebody I love, regardless of how you show up in my life. I love you. Let me support you. And he fell flat on that. So he has grown from that. He has been open about that. And we're seeing that he's still showing us family unit on social media, regardless of all that has happened in the past with him. And that's exactly what I see here. Speaking of the past, the Mother of Cups or the Queen of Cups, he's been very emotional. He's been very weighed down. We can almost say he's been a bit depressed, because the Queen of Cups can get very weighed down. But the great thing about the Queen of Cups, though, is that the Queen of Cups is truly within her element, and that the water and the feminine energy, and Justin Bieber is a Pisces. So getting into that energy, instead of it consuming you, learning to work with it and not against it. Very Piscean energy with the fish swimming in the two directions. You're always in a push and tug and war within yourself. So learning to come together, learning to stop fighting the flow and go with the flow, then the flow will start to change and work for you. He was kind of floundering in his own energy, and he has finally gotten control and gain over his energy, or is in the process of it. Like I said, with the queen or page, with the page of swords, still in that energy of trying to learn and haven't fully mastered it, but on the process of mastery. But still, it's an up and down. Like they say, healing is a roller coaster. You're going to have your ups and your downs. It's not completely linear. So because of that, this is what I see right here with the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords, it's almost like you've actually, That's really fitting. That's actually a really nice card because even though you feel like you've been down, even though you felt like it was like game over and you basically hit rock bottom, there is still a brighter future. There is still hopes for the future, as long as you don't stay in that energy and allow that energy, as I said again, to consume you, to not allow yourself to stay stuck in that energy. So therefore you stay stuck in a period of time and you can never really move forward, and therefore you're missing out on years. So that's what I'm seeing with Justin Bieber. Maybe that's what the realization that he has came to with whatever this hierophant, whatever this spiritual connection that he has going on, that he has fostered and put time and energy and effort into. But we see here, and that's actually a post that I weirdly enough didn't get a chance to get into this video, but he did post it. He just recently, he really posted, it was a conversation with AI. And I know how people feel about AI, and I completely understand, but also at the same time, it's just weird how I'm just talking about putting effort in as a human being, just putting in effort, just period, just putting in time, energy, and what you put your time and energy into, you're going to see grow. And that's exactly what I see here in the future with the Four of Pentacles, symbolizing a nice foundation. Yes, everything is in balance, in unity, in harmony. Nothing is being selfish or being withholding. So everything is out on the table, I see here, at least in the cards with the in nature. But I see here in the sense of everything that he's been working towards, he's finally going to see it manifest in the physical reality. So he's been working on his relationship, he's been working on his career, he's been working on his mental health. So everything that he has been working towards, and he needs a good mental health if he wants to get back on stage. So because of that, he realizes that it was a process and that he can't just hop right in, jump back in. I could have sworn I just heard a video of somebody talking about how Justin Bieber tried to go on tour after he got Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and he overcame it. And that tour had to just get completely canceled altogether, or that show altogether, just because they realized that he just couldn't. So that sense of been there, done that. I know what it's like when you try to push yourself when you're not ready. So let me get myself ready. And that's exactly what I've seen. He had to basically hit rock bottom, go through like that dark night of the soul, experience all that negative energy, maybe even swallow in his negative energy, self-pity, all that stuff he had to go through. It's kind of like the movie Like Me Before You, when you become like a lesser version of yourself and you see what the potential you could have been, and now you see where you are. And also just the whole Diddy thing got on top of that. So it just really wasn't just good for Justin at the time at all. So he really needed that break. Life put him on a break. I'm not sure what would have happened if he wasn't on that break and he still had to go through all of that. So because of that, he's getting back to music. He's getting ready to perform. He's showing that he has a loving marriage, a healthy, at least the way it appears on social media, a healthy, a healthy parenthood. We can also see that he is extremely promoting his brand Skylar, which I want so bad. I want it so bad, Justin. Release it, roll it out, stop promoting it. Anyway, I really want the shoes. I want the slippers. The slippers look so soft. But the hoodies kind of are catching me too. I'm not going to lie. I really like the colors. But anyway, I digress. Every time I get a chance, I'm going to talk about his brand. And I'm glad to see that he's promoting it even more, because I found out about the brand before he even really started posting about the brand. I was following the Thailand version, which how come Thailand gets it before us? But I digress. That's just my personal pet peeve. And it has always been, if you look back through my videos talking about Justin Bieber. So off of Skylar, back to Justin Bieber and what's going on in his life. We see deep waters, very fitting. We see a house, very fitting, and we see birds, of course. So, deep waters symbolizing the unconscious and the darkness, but that also symbolizes the thoughts and emotions, the psyche, what you repress. Very much Queen of Cups energy. Like I said, you got to fall deep into those layers of the ocean, the deep depths of the water. You got to go there, got to hit rock bottom where you get like boiled because you got the hot lava of the earth coming through. Yeah, you got to get down there where it's like where you basically feel like you're at the pits of hell. You got That's how low you got to get. That's how low you got to get before you get back up, because only then is your true strength going to be challenged, and your true strength is your spiritual strength, because it is truly spirit that keeps us alive. And if your spirit doesn't want to keep going, it won't. So it was like a kind of that sort of testament when it came to Justin Bieber. How much do you want to be here, literally? So because of that, he had to go through that. He had to feel it out. He had to experience all those emotions you never want to ever have to think about experiencing. And he came through and pulled through, as the 10 of Swords shows, and as the Page of Swords also shows. And what I see here is the house, a home within himself, the home that you create, the environment you create. What is your safe space? What makes you feel home? Those are the things that he really had to question. What makes me feel comfortable? What makes me need? What do I need to feel secure? And what do I need to do in order to make sure that I can create a secure environment for my child? Basically, because that's ultimately what it is too. His mindset also had to change too. He went through a lot. That's a whole lot of energy, thoughts, time. It just everything in his man's life was changing all at once, and he had to find his footing through all of it. So because of that, he and what I see here at the very end, I was going to say he came out. We see that he's coming out as a stronger version of himself, that even though he might come out with like a broken wing and he's got like maybe a brace, metaphorically, he still came out on the other side. It could have taken him out, but it did not. And we see that he's getting back to music. He didn't completely stop making music. He didn't become a bum and just mooched off his wife. So because of that, he could have done all of that, but no, he's getting back up on his feet. That's another thing that, like, going back to those 10 values that I was telling you guys about, those 10 values. Those 10 values that they used for their marriage, that they stood on, that when we get married, this is what we're going to stand on. And they stood on it. So Haley was just like, while you're down, I'm still going to be here to support you. Even though maybe you couldn't have done that for me, I understand where you were, and I'm still going to be here for you. So while all the little birds that were chirping, while all the outside influences was talking and talking and talking, that it could have gotten into their marriage, it could have affected their marriage, but it didn't. So because of that, they stood strong. He stood strong. He didn't allow the negative, and these birds, forget the audience, just the negative voices inside of his head, or just the voices period inside of his head, were all he's learned. Like, I going back to that Page of Swords, learning to control his thoughts and learning to realize that his thoughts do not rule him, and he has control and can rule over his thoughts. Like, people have pet birds, so the bird doesn't have to rule over you, or even if it's like the movie The Birds, still you don't have to be like afraid. Just it's that balance. Hopefully you guys understood that. I'm going to put up a different picture. So because of that, as we see, as he posts all these beautiful reminiscent pictures aside of all his business, of course, but we see that Justin Bieber is is just a better person, or is be trying to become a better person, and his cards show that. Outside of, there's no negative cards, period. All I see is growth or trying to grow. And I see some strong figures and strong energies here. And those energies at play are all in the process and always for the betterment of growing a person. Everything is for your greater good and for your better good. So because of that, if you let the energy flow as it needs to flow, as I was going back to, as I was saying earlier, instead of fighting against the energy and flowing with the energy, you will figure out where life is going to put you and where it's going to land you, and you're going to figure it all out, and you're going to, sometimes you just got to take life for a ride. That's all I got. Sometimes you just got to take life for a ride. And because it's all a journey and it's all soul-ish anyway. So this physical reality is just not like a side quest, just a journey, just a whole side tangent. But I hope you enjoyed this reading on Justin Bieber. I sure did. It was very great. It was really good. So with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. I don't know what much to say because I can really keep going on about this energy for Justin Bieber that I'm seeing, because it's just that great. It's just that good. And what we're seeing online is matching the cards. And I like that because finally the energy is aligned. So with that being said, now I finally found a really good way to sum it up, wrap it up, and finish it up. So with that being said, please leave your comments down below. How do you like the new technique that we're working on? Still working on it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for working with us. With the technical difficulties as I was working back and forth between here. And with that being said, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this with anyone that's a Bieber fan. Love Haley or Justin, just part of the Beavs. If they a Bieber fever, share this video with them. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you, and become a sunflower. And you know what we say to that, or I say to that? Sunflowers.